Hey guys, it's Mathos97 here with a bit of a channel update, just a new development here for the channel that's going to be taking place over the next couple videos. There's going to be a bit of a quality switch in the videos. Of course, Payback coming up, that is where really the big change is going to be happening. Episode 29 of GM Mode has it as well. We are making a quality switch, a much needed quality switch. We're going to be jumping from... Well, let's start from the beginning. When I started making YouTube videos, I knew very little about, I definitely was not as in-depth with editing as I have slowly grown to become. I was very basic. In fact, before I even made this YouTube channel, I made videos in Windows Movie Maker, which obviously that I couldn't stick with that. And the default rendering setting that I have always used has been Windows Media Video. And I never realized how bad of a decision that was. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how things go. So we start out, record my video in Elgato. So we have our video, we record it, and it renders out. Well, it doesn't render, but when I record it, it is in an MP4 format. That is the default that my Elgato records in. Starts out in MP4. So then I bring it into Sony Vegas, I do the editing, and then I render it out once. I don't have any commentary yet. I render it out with all the editing in place, so that way I can do one fluid commentary for the entire video. Now what I used to do is I would render that MP4 video, convert it into a Windows Media file. And then I would do the commentary over that file, watch it back in the Windows Media Player, do the commentary for that, and then render it again with the commentary now added to it, again as a Windows Media. Then when I upload it to YouTube, YouTube converts it, processes it into an MP4. Now, if you're pretty tech savvy, you know that that's not good. You don't want to be converting your file like that because, well, you see, let's take a look here. This is what the video starts out as. Of course, obviously, by this point, it will be rendered, but this is what it will look like originally as MP4 and how I used to do it as Windows Media. Now, you can see this, well, obviously, let's start out here. You can probably notice there's a bit of a frame rate issue, which isn't, that was just my fault. The default render setting in Sony Vegas is a 24 frames per second HD video. And that's the default one that was always set to, that's the one I always used. Although YouTube, the videos work in 30 frames per second. And I didn't realize that, I was like, frames per second, what does that even mean? So what that does, not only does it drop the frame rate by 6 to what YouTube can actually put out, what YouTube can actually uphold on the website, but converting it, it adds this it really degrades the video quality. You can see in the comparison, if I do a side-by-side here, you can definitely see that the quality is bad, very bad. Just looking at the Windows Media, because what it's doing is it's converting it from MP4 to Windows Media back to MP4, when the whole time I could have it be MP4 the whole way through, and there's no converting, and it doesn't degrade the video by the time you see it on YouTube. I used to download my videos off YouTube by the little thing you can do in the Video Managers tab, because I didn't keep all my files like I do now. Now I keep all my Universe videos so I can use them for promos and such without degrading the quality. I would download it off YouTube and wonder why the quality sucks. I always thought that was because I'm downloading it off YouTube, which I'm sure would definitely degrade the video quality slightly. So basically what I have done is I have taken away all of the converting. So it just starts out as MP4, render an MP4, and processes an MP4. So what it does now, the video won't be losing the ridiculous amount of quality that it does. I never thought my video quality was terrible. I mean, I could tell it was in HD, but I didn't realize how badly I was degrading the quality. And if you probably look at some other channels and look at my videos, and now that you've heard this explanation, you're like, dude, you are an idiot. Yes, while that may be the case, I'm learning, guys. Learning how to figure this whole thing out. basically what I'm doing now, I'm making it so that when I want to use my videos in the future, the quality doesn't get degraded. You can really tell, like, I always noticed it when I would do promo videos, especially looking at my past ones, you just see how degraded the video quality is, because I would be downloading episodes from YouTube after they've been triple converted, and then it would render it back in a Windows Media video. So basically for the promos, it would go from MP4 to Windows Media to MP4 back to Windows Media back to MP4 when they were uploaded to YouTube. That's 5 conversions, well, 4 conversions, 5 different file types. That's not good. That's very bad. So if I can keep everything MP4 all the way throughout, videos will be higher quality for the future, and I hope that this works out. It's a new thing I tried. The file size definitely increased by a lot because I learned. I looked up things on the YouTubes, the internets. I figured things out on what all the tech little details mean. So with, you know, bitrate and all that sort of thing, I actually delved into that because I want to know how these things work. So I'm not having terrible video quality. B, that my file sizes for the videos aren't tremendously large so that I can only hold like 5 episodes. Because, I mean, just, if I can get you a bit of a screen cap here or something. So basically, I kind of marked down the different sort of file sizes, file types that I had. So what my original videos would be, this is just kind of taking a look at the render time and then what the file sizes should be. Some of you probably have left the video by now because you don't care for all this tech detail stuff, but if you are kind of interested in more behind the scenes, more of the tech process behind it, this is kind of a behind the scenes of how I make my videos. So I had a couple of different presets. I started out with, obviously, the Windows Media. Takes the most time to render because it's converting it from MP4 to Windows Media, and the file size is a lot smaller. It's the smallest out of the bunch, but the quality sucks, to put it frankly. So then, taking a look at what I have now, the MP4 sort of format, the render time is decreased significantly because it's not converting to a different file type. Although, when I started, the file size was tremendously large because I had the bitrate turned up way too high, so I had to turn that down, and now the file size is only marginally higher than the Windows Media, which is good, and the render time is decreased even just a little bit more, so that's really cool. It took me several different attempts to figure out what that was. I basically just rendered a 30-second clip of universe mode. I just kind of tested it with all that. Well, tested the one clip, compared it, figured out what was the best for me, and I think I've got a format that will work for the future. So, it's a bit long-winded, but I kind of expected that to be when I do a video like this where I have no script or anything. I guess I never have a script to begin with, but when I'm just doing my own video where I'm just talking about a topic, this will happen. It tends to happen. But I just wanted to let you guys know if you're kind of, you know, the video quality starts switching and you're like, wait, why is this happening? What caused this? Why are you... See, now that I look at the current video quality I have and I go back, what it boils down to is the frames per second. That's what's really, like, bugging my eyes now, because I look back at my older videos, they're in the 24 frames and not 30, and I'm just like, I can't watch this. My eyes. So hopefully it's not that severe for anyone else, but maybe, you know, maybe one thing you've always disliked about my videos is how the quality is bad. So honestly, let me know down in the comment section, now that I've made this sort of video. Let me know if you like the quality switch, if you really think this is something I absolutely had to do, my videos were terrible, or if you think, you know, videos weren't bad, but now that it's in a higher quality, it's definitely a step up. It's something nice. It's nicer to watch. I've gone on way too long with this. This video should not have been this long. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little behind-the-scenes sort of thing, the thing I've got here right now. Anywho, that is it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned for future videos where they won't be in this garbage Windows Media quality. Keep on YouTubing. This commentary is probably going to be edited all to hell because of all the mistakes I made.